So, you've decided to vlog your stupid life and share it with the world? You're going to show us such fascinating clips as you opening the door to your apartment and going downstairs and sticking the keys in your car and then driving to the coffee shop and showing the little cup as you walk. Oh look, taking my cup to my car because we had no idea how you made it to the coffee shop. Fucking world's unsolved mysteries over here. So you need a nice little camera for that. You don't want to bring the big rig with the Ronin S and the Canon 5D Mark 15. So I suggest you keep it simple, you jackass. Just bring a little action camera or, oh my goodness, we got a new entry into the vlogging market. The DJI Osmo Spark? Nope. What's Spark? Is that a product? The Pocket. It's a tiny little thing. I've never been told that. On paper, to a Neanderthal, it looks like a good way to capture your life, but there's 3 reasons, at least, maybe we'll discover more as we talk, that this is a terrible vlogging camera, one I would never buy, so let's get into it.
Why do you do it? You do it.
So I figure we had to film today on the Sony X3000, just to get in the mood of action cams and vlogging. And I've been just in love with this camera for so long. It's so tiny. You bring it with you anywhere. It fits in your little man pouch. And it's light and it's stable and it's wide. And it's amazing. And the audio is good when you hold it really close like this. Then you look like an elf. So sometimes I keep it out here. Now personally, I have no reason to upgrade this thing, but my monkey mind is always constantly searching for improvements. It's like, ooh, what if they improved the stabilization even more? What if they added 240 frames per second in 1080p? What if they improved the audio and the mic jack and gave us some features that we could actually control? Because this thing is full automatic. You can't control a damn thing. So I would love to see a Sony X3000. That's what I thought that GoPro 7 would be, but it disappointed me. It disappointed. It's actually superior to this camera in many ways. It's more stable. You can control things. It's got an LCD on the back, which doesn't do anything if you're filming yourself. Jackass, GoPro, ass, junkie, math, monkey. The audio is not as good as this. The stabilization, while better in good light, falls apart in low light and gets all jittery and weird. And also the codec just doesn't look as good. Like whenever you're seeing footage going through a forest or something, the trees look all digital and blocky. You can see the pixels like moving like Minecraft. It's pathetic. So like this works so much better. So GoPro is not my upgrade. And then this Pocket thing comes out. On paper, you get excited. You get giddy like a schoolgirl. It's like, ooh, look at that, new toy. So I looked up the specs, and first of all, I'm looking for the focal length, because that's like the most important thing for vlogging. What's the focal length? And I don't see it anywhere. All they say is 80-degree point of view. It's like, oh. So I got both my arms out, and I'm like, it's here. Okay, here's 90, and then, so it's that? What does that mean in my life? I start researching field of view calculator to focal length adapter. How do I calculate it? And then I found a website and I'm entering some math numbers, equations, the likes of which Bigfoot could build a spaceship with. And finally we get to, it's like 26 millimeters. Here's our first mistake. DJI, which stands for Do I Just... It'll come to me. Ignore my customers. That's just comedy gold right there. So here's the first problem. A 26 millimeter gives you this for your vlogs. How y'all doing? Look at all that exciting stuff out there. It's too tight. Welcome to life, my friend. With a 26 millimeter lens, how are you going to see this perfectly made bed? You can't, which I will. I will do it for you. I know I get the complaints. I think I just threw my shoulder out. So I watched a bunch of reviews on it. It's funny, like this thing was just announced And then, holy shit, everybody's had it for 2 weeks. Thanks for sending me one, assholes. Is it because I bash every camera company and I only focus on their negative qualities? Is that they're weary? I've built myself into a box. I'll climb out. So I'm seeing people's vlogs with them and it looks impressive. It's pretty impressive footage, but it's too tight. I don't know how long their T-Rex arms are. I know I got some T-Rex arms. I'm 5'7" and I have the arms of a 4'7" jackass. I can't even reach food into my mouth. I have to toss it. You tall people are so lucky. You could hold a 24mm lens in your arms and it'd look like a normal focal length. You could get away with some cinematic Sony A7 III with the 24mm G Master lens. It's like us shorties. We got it rough, but we have advantages. We can balance better. We can duck under doorways easier. We need less food. It's fantastic being short. Look at the positive side of life and you'll find a way. So with that 26mm focal length, in my opinion, 16, 18, maybe you can get away with 20. Once you go beyond that, you need a tripod. So I didn't see a tripod mount on the bottom. Is there one? If anybody can confirm that down below. But it's an easy get around. I'm using a tripod right now. But when I go out into the world, I take this thing off and this fits in my pocket and we're good to go. So this DJI Pocket thing, you will have to get a little selfie stick to extend it out. And if you do that, you life hacked yourself, but then you ran into our next conundrum, which is the audio is absolute horse tin meat. Tinny meat from a horse, not even a unicorn. The two most important features to focus on when you're making video, in my opinion, is stabilization and audio. You worry about quality of the image when you have those under wraps. So DJI has the stabilization in check. It's perfect. It's better than this, better than the GoPro. It's amazing. Check mark to you. But then the audio, it sounds tinny and terrible. Do they not have a microphone jack? That would have solved it, and they don't. That makes me want to cry. So not only does the audio not sound good when you're holding it at a normal length, you will have to hold it out here. And this is what that's going to sound. Look how much worse this sounds. I don't even want to keep doing it. If they at least had an external mic jack, you could plug a lav mic in, extend out, and you'd be good to go with your lav mic. It would be right here. So it wouldn't matter how far. Sometimes with this camera, I like to do that with my Zoom H1, and I stick this thing out far. I'll show you a little example of what I mean. So this is how you do this with a selfie stick. It almost looks like someone else is filming you, and you're just going for a walk. How you doing? I filmed a whole comedy skit on my main channel doing just this, with the selfie stick, filming myself indoors in terrible light. Go check it out. It's really funny. I've based my whole life on honesty, integrity. I'm just sharing my journey here. You don't have to watch it. Is that lard on your counter? That's beef tallow, you rookie. Can't even tell the difference between lard and tallow. That's pathetic. How could you? That's a cow that was melted. What are you, a savage? But this would be the ultimate setup. It's super windy right now, and the mic is probably still good because we got the wind thing on, and super wide. If there was more exciting things happening, it would be a pretty exciting video, but it's not. That's okay. You don't have to knock them all out of the park. So this is a super fun setup, and you can't really do that. Actually, you could do this with the DJI. Why couldn't you? You just have your separate audio, but it's a pain in the butt. You gotta sync it up, and if you have like 40 clips out there in the world, syncing that up, nightmare in post. Forget that. I ain't about that life. If I came out the other side, I'd have to jump in the pool. I'm not doing that. So those two negatives work together to over-exaggerate and make them even worse, because you got the tight focal range that you have to hold further, and then your audio is already not good, and then it gets worse as you hold it further. So those are two pretty nightmarish default settings. The third crippling feature is the battery is not interchangeable. You can't take it out. So, like, a million times I've made a vlog and my battery dies, so I switch it and then I keep going. You need that. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna carry an extra little dingle thing? Is that what they call them nowadays? Dingles? I'm not a dingler. So once your battery dies, you have to charge it. And maybe you can operate it while you're charging, but then you're holding your battery-powered USB charger thing, and then that's too awkward. And if you charge it sporadically throughout the day, then you're topping up. Batteries don't like that. They want to drain and then fully charge, then fully drain and then fully charge. If you just do little tops like, oh, drain a little bit, yeah, your battery's gonna lick you. So those are the 3 reasons I wouldn't get it. It's an interesting concept. I like the idea that it's on a gimbal and it's tiny. It weighs 2 grams more than this. That's nothing. Sony is still king at 114 grams. Just update it, Sony. Give us the X4000 already. We deserve it. So it's just weird to me seeing this camera. It looks like it's been designed to be the perfect vlogging camera, but then it has these very obvious shortcomings that any vlogger could have pointed out in the development room. And it's like, how did this pass? How does it pass? I think I know how. Alright guys, time to put our foot down here. Make the perfect vlogging camera. GoPro just came out, said gimbal killer. I took that personally. Let's make the vlogging killer, the GoPro killer. What do we got? Let's make it so you can't recharge the batteries. It's just one battery. You're a goddamn genius, Mark, you know that? They'll only need one battery. That'll cut down on the weight. Genius, you're promoted. Anyone else? Well, vlogging's supposed to be about the person, so let's have the focal length so it's just the person's face in the frame, and that's all that can show up. Just this. You are talking my game, Jacob. Congratulations. Just let's make this an 80mm focal length. Who else has a bright idea? These are great so far. Can we make it so the audio is just fucking terrible? Just as a throw a little curveball in the mix, you know, so it focuses even more on the face of the person, because you lean in, you're like, what did they say? I can't hear it. And then you get to see the details. What do you think of that? You bet your ass, Tim, that's going right in. Thank you. Thank you. I was almost going to put dual speakers there and a mic jack. We are saved. This thing's ready to ship. Let's get it out. So it was a nice try. They have some cool features. The tracking thing, it's kind of a gimmick, and you can replicate it if you get creative in Premiere Pro. It'll look just as good, I'm pretty sure. That looked phenomenal. I already know. I haven't even filmed it yet, and I just know that nothing could go wrong with that whole situation. So if you want a tutorial on how I did that to make it look so realistic, I will post it down below. So I think we're done here for today. I see some potential in it. You have to hold it out further and shout really loud. And if you prepare for the battery life dying and charging it, you bring your little dingle dongle, and then it's possible. So for those freaks, affiliate links will be down below. If there is such a thing existing already, I don't know. I'll try. If I can make money off your hard-earned money, I will do that, I promise. So we're done. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Lots of exciting videos to come. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.